10-step formula to achieve financial freedom, especially if you have debt. Hey, and welcome back. Do you want to have financial freedom? This is the video for you. It really is. This video here could be the turning point for you right now. I'm going to give you the 10-step formula for financial freedom, and by the end of this video I think your whole attitude about money will change. Don't forget, if you haven't done so far, make sure you subscribe, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget, turn on bell notifications. You got to be notified, right, or you won't know when I do a video, and the only way to do that is take that bell and turn on all notifications. It will pop up after you click the subscribe button. You'll see a little bell there. Just click on it and then pick the one that says all notifications, and that way you'll know. Okay, so financial freedom, what is it? Well, I will tell you this: financial freedom is easier to achieve if you have debt. So if you're watching this video right now and you've got some debt, it's going to be easier for you to achieve financial freedom. And here's why: you're more motivated, you're more uncomfortable, things like that are bothering you right now. If you're pretty comfortable and everything's pretty smooth, the motivation to have financial freedom isn't really as much there because everything's okay. But if you've got a lot of debt, you've got a lot of motivation, and this video is going to help you more than probably anybody else. Now let me explain to you what financial freedom is first. It is really just taking responsibility for your financial health. It's not being the richest guy in the world, okay? That's not the key. And it's not to have more money than your neighbor. It's to where you have financial freedom. In other words, you don't have to worry about things anymore. That worry is the thing that wears you down. You don't have to have more money than everybody else, but you want to be comfortable, and you don't want to have to worry about debt. Now I found a graphic that Oberlo did. Oberlo is a software company that's in Shopify, but I thought it was so good that I wanted to show it to you guys. So I'm gonna put it up on the screen here real quick and we'll talk about it. It's got the two different sides. It's got financial freedom side and it's got the debt side. Okay, so let's go over each one of these. Financial freedom buys time and debt wastes time. Financial freedom has net worth driven and debt is income driven. Financial freedom is goal driven, debt is work driven. Oh, financial freedom is pay self first, debt pays others first. Financial freedom: success is obligation, debt is success is evil. Financial freedom says invest money, debt says spend money. Financial freedom says uses debt for investments, and on the debt side it says uses debt for spending. Financial freedom says thinks with both, debt says thinks with one or the other. Financial freedom says has a financial plan, debt has a budget. Oh my God. Financial freedom expands, debt contracts. Financial freedom makes things happen in debt, things happen to them. Financial freedom reads and studies, and debt refuses to study. Financial freedom is responsible, and debt blames others. We all know that, right? We have that one person who blames everybody. Financial freedom says attention on the future, debt says attention on the past. Financial freedom says thinks in solutions, and debt says thinks in problem. Okay, so let's get through all these game-changing steps. Number one is the most difficult step of all. If you can get through number one, you're going to be able to get through the other 9. It's not going to be a problem. Number one's a tough one. Here's number one: figure out where you're at. Figure out where you're at. Get a piece of paper and write down all the debts you have, and I mean credit cards, cars, house, personal loans, student loans, whatever it is. Write it all down, and then on the right hand side of the paper write down what your monthly expenses are. I mean everything: electric, water, cable, rent, mortgage, whatever you have, car payments. Write all of that stuff down. You got to know where you're at to really tackle this stuff. And what's funny is when we write all this down, you may have subscriptions for music things that you don't use. You may have subscriptions for HBO or cable that you're not watching. There's a lot of things that we can actually cut out of our lives that we're spending money on, and we can take it from that side and put it on the debt side. And I'm going to get more into that in just a second, but you got to know where you're at. Number two, look at money as if it were a tool. Okay, a lot of people don't look at money that way. They're always worried about debts, they're worried about having enough, and pinching pennies and all that. It's a tool. It's a tool that you can get more of. There's a lot of times you'll say, well, there's not enough money. There's plenty of money. It may not be in your bank account, but there's plenty of money. Okay, and understand that money is a tool. Money can, you know, clothe you, it can shelter you, it can feed you, it can do a lot of things. So it's a really good tool. So you want to think of it as a positive thing. I've seen people who don't make a lot of money, and then all of a sudden they get an influx of money and they feel guilty about it. They're like, oh my God, I got this money, I really don't deserve it, you know, and they actually look at it negatively. I look at it as a positive thing. I think you should make a ton of money. I think you should make, you know, as much as you possibly can, because who else is going to pay for the charities, right? With that money tool, you can go out and pay for all kinds of things, even for other people. Number 3, write down your money goals. My wife and I do that. We did that about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, because we wanted to move and we wanted this big house and we wanted to build a house, and it all came true. It all came true because we actually sat down and said, hey, we want $50,000 a month or whatever it is, and actually that was one of the goals, but we wanted a set amount of money to pay for certain things that we wanted to do, and we put in their trips, we put in their you know, the home, we put in their travel, put in all kinds of vacations, all kinds of stuff, and we said this is the amount of money we want, and we got it. And we got it because we actually wrote down that goal. If you don't have a goal, guys, you won't even know when you got there. Number 4, track your spending. You got to track your spending. You got to know where your money's going. My wife and I did that at the beginning of our goal setting, and we cut out a lot of things. We cut out a lot of things we weren't using. We don't have cable. We don't have satellite. We use YouTube TV, and I think Netflix, and maybe one other thing, and we don't need it. We don't miss it. We don't miss it because not only are those things costing you money, they're costing you time. If you're sitting there watching HBO and all these other Cinemax, I don't even know what all of them are, but there's a bunch of them. If you're watching all of that every day, you're probably not working on your goals. Number 5, pay yourself first. Really important that you do that. I don't care what you start with savings, but you got to save something. It builds this mental security. Even if you put $50 or $100 aside every month, then it's going to build that mental security. Now if you decide it's $1,000 a month, and by doing that you wouldn't have enough to pay all your bills, it may motivate you to get more money, right, to pay the bills and still pay yourself. So it does a couple psychological things. It builds that security, and it makes you want more money because you need to pay off these bills if you're paying yourself a high amount of money. I pay myself a high amount of money every single month. I think that's important. Number 6 is spend less. See this guy here on the screen right here? He bought his house in 1958. He's worth $90 billion, and guess what? He still lives in the same house. Do you spend more because you make more? I see this happen time and time again. When people start making more money, they start buying fancier things and more elaborate things. That's not the way to happiness, guys. I know I tried it at one point. I had designer everything, and now I just buy things for comfort and things for security. Number 7, buy experience, not things. Things will wear out. Things will get old, but experiences, things that you have in your mind, will last forever. So I'm not saying don't spend money. I'm saying spend money on the right things. Don't trade treasures for trinkets. Okay, and I see this all the time. If you go into a Walmart or a grocery store, and they have all those little items at the cash register that are all junk. They're either bad for you or they're just a waste of money, but they make a lot of money on those little things because they know the average person doesn't mind spending $2 or $3 extra on something, or $5 on something, and all that money adds up. You do a whole lot better to go on a cruise with your significant other, or travel the world, or visit a foreign country, because that's going to stay with you. Number 8, pay off debt. I try to always do this, pay off debt. It's such a liberating feeling not to have any bills. And I know a lot of people will say, well, I have $50,000 in debt, but I've got 30 grand in the bank, so I'm okay. Well, no, you're not. You're still $20,000 in debt. You want to get rid of all debt. All debt. I don't care what it is. I don't care what your argument is. Maybe if you've got some rental properties, you can afford to do that. You know, I tried being a landlord and have a rental property. I didn't like that at all. But you know, that maybe you could justify that. But bottom line is, having debt is not good. You pay a premium for debt. Number 9, create more income. Additional sources of income. Okay, I make money off my survival food company, which is good. But I also make money off my courses, some of my survival courses. I also make money off some physical products I have in the survival arena. I also make money off of YouTube videos. When they run ads on it, I make money off YouTube videos. I also make money off affiliate offers. I also make money off courses that I've done. I also make money off consulting when I do that. So as you can see, there's a lot of different ways I can make money. If you only have 1 or 2 ways to make money, you need to get more. And number 10, invest in your future by getting more education. I think it's a shame when somebody goes to high school or college and they get out and they never take another course again. I think this the knowledge that you gain from all these other things are going to make you more financially rich too. You've got to constantly be learning. Pick up a new language, learn to play an instrument, do something, make yourself grow, and you'll find that your financial wealth will grow too. I hope these steps helped you out. I know it's a bunch of steps, and the toughest one is figuring out where you're at. That's number one. A lot of people don't want to sit down and look at where they're at, but you got to do it. Something you have to do. I appreciate you watching this video. I do have a free course below. You can click and learn on that. No credit card required. Some of my reading materials are below too. There's links for all that stuff. If you want to pick out some great books to read, I got those below. I got those for you. And I've also got some great videos below too, if you want to check those out. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed thus far, seriously, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. It's not hard to do. Hit the subscribe button. Click that subscribe button. Turn it from red to gray. Don't forget, ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications, and you won't get an opportunity to do this and get these notifications until you subscribe. The bell won't appear. It's not there. It's just not there. Trust me. Hit the button. You'll see it appear. And then you want to pick all notifications. That way you get notified every time I go live or I upload a new video. Thanks so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell right there so you can be notified every time I do a new video. Also, click on one of those videos there. Keep watching on my channel.